Well, this changes everything. What is up, the guys? This is Corbin. I'm so happy that I held onto all my resources on my free-to-play account to do the February Fusion, because you are looking at the February Fusion champion right now in Esme the Dancer. We're going to be checking out Esme's kit just now, and also Modo of the Peels kit. New legendary champ that combos up with Esme. Yeah, it's one of those champion duos that we know and love, but it is going to be Esme that is the February Fusion. So is she good enough on her own for my free-to-play account, and how is she looking when paired up alongside Modo? Let's find out together, boys. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit and wiggle this over so you guys can read along with me. The A1 is an attack one enemy. Plays strong increase attack buff on all allies for 1 turn. It's only 1 turn duration, but you know, strong increase attack on a support style champ. She's going to be moving very, very fast. Maybe reasonably okay uptime on this buff. And as far as A1s go, you can't really much complain, right? Very, very good. As for the A2, it's an attack all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown bugged. 100% chance bugged of placing weaken and block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Dude, my eyes lit up as soon as I read that, man. Oh my god. Holy Hydra, man, on my free-to-play account. This is going to be very, very useful, you know. Also decreases the temp meter of all... I mean, just an amazing debuff pairing, by the way. Weaken and block buffs wrapped up in the same skill. Great stuff, right? Also decreases the temp meter of all enemies by 20%. However, if she's paired up with Modo, then she steals 20% of each enemy's temp meter instead. So, maybe just like incredibly good into wave content. We've got to see what Modo does first. Like, I actually haven't looked at this kit at all. We'll see what Modo does first and maybe come up with some theories of where you could use the two of them together. But even without Modo, very, very solid on the A2. Now, as for the A3, just scrolling down just a wee bit, we've got Blessing of the Sands, bookable down to a 4-turn cooldown. Plays a strong increase attack and strong increase speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also has a 100% chance bugged of removing all buffs from all enemies. If she's paired up with Modo, it becomes a buff steal instead. So just a nice little bonus. What I like about like the Modo pairing here, at least so far from what I'm reading, is that it doesn't seem 100% necessary for getting like max value out of your Esme. She still seems like she's going to be pretty solid on her own, and the Modo can be maybe just more of a bonus. Again, we'll see what his kit is all about. It would be lovely if this was a 3-turn cooldown, but it is a skill that does a lot, kind of wrapped up all in one skill, and, you know, paired up with how powerful the A2 is, pretty decent core kit. Now, as for the passive, oh god, she's also got a speed aura in all battles, okay, by 19%. Very, very good. Obviously, fantastic stuff. Great into Hydra, great everywhere we've mentioned so far. As for the passive, it does have a passive and an active effect. So the passive is when hit, has a 15% chance of randomly changing the attacker's critical hits to weak, normal, or strong hits. Okay. If Modo of the Peel is on the same team, the chance increases to 30%. So she's just somewhat slippery. I think that's all you've really got to take away from that. The active effect is whenever this champion is hit, increase the turn meter of the ally with the highest attack by 50%. Wow. I think that is amazing. I think that's so good. It's on a 1-turn cooldown, doesn't take any bucks to scale this one up. I think that's great, man. Over the course of a longer fight like Hydra, how many times is like your Thor or whatever, your big damage dealer, your big heavy hitter, getting clipped by like AoE hits coming in from the Hydra heads? Yeah, I think this passive, man, beguiling moves is great. I think I really, really like the look of it. And I've got to say as well, because we've got to touch on it, man, the champion design is insanely awesome. She looks very Armand's-esque, actually. I think maybe when people first see her, maybe like they're panicking, oh god, she's not going to combo with Armand's in some ridiculous way, is she? Well, maybe her and Armand's come from some kind of similar background with all that 10 meter steel. I don't even know, man. Anyways, as for Modo of the Peel, what's this mad lad all about? He's gone for that crazy post-modern half-shaven head look that we see so often these days with celebrities and all of that, man. Ooh, not the biggest fan of that myself, but, well, there you go. As you can tell by my golden locks. Anyways, moving on to his kit. He's an attack-based champion, so big, heavy hitter, damage dealer, I guess. His A1 is a double hitter. Chance of placing decreased defense, strong version debuff for a couple of turns. Quite reliable, bookable up to a 70% chance to place that. Very nice. As for the A2, we're looking at what? Bookable down to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, 100% chance of placing stun debuff for 1 turn. Place an extra hit on enemies under stun debuffs. If he's paired up with Esme, will always place an extra hit and ignore 20% of each enemy's defense. Oh god, it's as I feared, man. It's as I feared. I mean, this is already making this pair incredible into wave content. Probably pretty damn good in Arena as well. Not that I'm like some kind of authority on Arena, Mr. like mid-silver live Arena over here, right? I'm not, obviously not any kind of authority on that, but strikes me as potentially pretty damn good. As for the A3, it's an attack all enemies will ignore shield buffs. Again, Arena. Damage increases by what? Okay, just 75% while attacking enemies under stone skin buffs. Okay. If this attack removes one or more stone skin buffs, grant this champion an extra turn. Ooh, so he just brute forces his way through stone skin? Like, that's the idea here. He just... Okay. How feasible is that, though? How hard is he going to have to hit to just start smashing through stone skin buffs? I don't even know, man. Even with the 75% damage boost, is that doable? Again, like my lack of like higher end or higher tier arena experience here is kind of showing through, man. Genuine question: does this seem good to anybody out there who's maybe like a wee bit higher than myself in the arena game modes? Love to hear about it. And does this duo look like something that could actually compete at like the higher echelons of Raid Arena, man? Let us know down below, man. As for his aura, it's an attack aura in all battles by 30%, and the passive Beloved Companion, which my horrible, ugly mug, which looks surprisingly like red and pink today for some reason, is blocking. As for the passive, whenever this champion kills an enemy, place a stun debuff on the enemy with the highest 10 meter for 2 rounds. Okay. Very cool. If Esme is on the same team, this champion's skills will ignore 50% of each enemy's resistance. Also, okay, that's actually quite interesting, man. That's actually quite interesting given how much you might come to depend on his stuns on the A2. Also, if Esme the Dancer is on the same team, places an intercept stack on this champion at the start of their turn. Wow, dude. Okay, so he just gets a free intercept every single round at the start of his turn. That's kind of crazy, man. That's kind of crazy. Again, I'm not going to be the best character really to go judging Modo of the Peel. What do you guys think? Esme, at least, again, on the free-to-play account, I'm very, very, very excited to get on with this fusion whenever it begins. Oh god, we actually have that news as well. February 10th. Okay, so a lot of people were predicting, actually, that the fusion would start on either Monday or Tuesday coming up, which is the 10th or the 11th. Looks like people were bang on correct. You could have kind of predicted by just looking at the in-game raid calendar. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna get ready for this, man. How am I gonna get ready for this? Don't know. I think I've got the resources ready to rock and roll to mostly get through a fusion on this free-to-play account. But okay, man, so we have 5 days to prepare for this fusion on the free-to-play. I think that we can hack it, man. Hey, you know what? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this happy little news update. If you did, and you're looking to kickstart a new free-to-play account of your own, then make sure to join me in my free-to-play adventure by using my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, man. It's going to get you Karat or Fox Hunter as a starter legendary champion, and as you level up your account, you're going to gain access to 3 additional epic champs. Best beginner promo link going. Let me know what you think of the new fusion champ Esme down below, as well as Modo, and I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.